My name is Ron Walters, and I would like to welcome you all tonight. This is our Mayor's Gala. We're here to celebrate Petaluma's 150 years. We call it the Sesquicentennial celebration. I've been in Petaluma for only about 45 years, but the committee asked me if I would give some of my reminiscences from the 45 years that I've been here. I grew up in Healdsburg, just up the road a ways. My dad was a dairyman, so I kind of fit right in with the Petaluma scene. I came to Petaluma in 1963 and got a job as a disc jockey at KTOB. Oh, thank you. It's nice to know that some of you remember that. I'm going to call to the microphone right now a gentleman that I hope many of you know. If you don't know him, I hope you get to know him. We're going to hear from the president of the Board of Trustees of the Community Health Foundation of Greater Petaluma. A nice hand, if you would, please, for Stanton C. Lawson. Stanton?
Thank you very much. Mayor Torliat, members of the City Council, citizens of Petaluma, happy birthday. My family has been in Petaluma area for 5 generations, and I must say that I've seen Petaluma get prettier and prettier as the years go by. My only hope is that I will look so good on my 150th birthday. I joined the Community Health Foundation of Greater Petaluma 3 years ago because I saw in this foundation the chance to make a significant difference in the future of our community. 30 years ago, the Community Health Foundation of Greater Petaluma was born from a $1 million bequest from the estate of Ray Button, one of our local ranchers. At that time, we were part of the healthcare district with whom we continue to work very closely. Through careful and prudent stewardship of Mr. Button's original $1 million, we've been able to fund almost $4 million of health and wellness projects in our community. And today, what remains of this $1 million? Almost $2 million. As I became more and more involved with the foundation, I couldn't help but ask myself, what could we have done if that original $1 million had been $2 million? That would have meant close to $8 million invested into the community and a remaining balance of $4 million. And what could we have done if that initial bequest had been $5 million? Think of it. Almost $20 million invested into our community with $10 million remaining to invest, grow, and support community projects over the next 30 years. Over the next couple of months, many of you will receive an invitation to learn about the Community Health Foundation of Greater Petaluma, not to mention the chance to enjoy a wonderful dinner with some of our current board members. We call these dinners legacy dinners. What we're offering is a chance for you to do 2 things. First, to make a significant contribution to the future of Petaluma, and second, to leave a legacy of community involvement to your children and to your children's children. I'd like to draw your attention to tonight's program. Close to the last page, we outline some of the areas where the foundation has contributed and some of the organizations that have benefited from our funding. The mission of the Community Health Foundation of Greater Petaluma is to raise, manage, and disperse funds in support of efforts to promote health and wellness in the Petaluma community and its surrounding areas. A named endowment, such as the recently established Horace and Dorothy Henris Family Foundation Endowment, would allow you to secure an ongoing investment into our community by funding one or more of these efforts in areas that are dear to your heart. Tonight, they're sitting in this room close to 450 of the most prominent members of our community. When you receive your invitation, I hope that you'll make yourself available to join us for a wonderful evening and a chance to leave your family legacy of community support that will carry on for at least the next 5 generations. The members of our board sitting at these 2 tables over here, could you please stand up? You'll all want to talk to these people tonight. Thank you. We are very proud to sponsor Petaluma's Sesquicentennial celebration. We are all members of this community, and we're proud to serve it. And we do so for our neighbors, for ourselves, forever. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
We've been very fortunate in Petaluma to have some outstanding women mayors. Most of you in the room will remember Helen Putnam, who was probably the grandest, most elegant, down-to-earth person you could ever want to meet as our woman mayor. We also had Patricia Hillegas, who was an outstanding woman mayor. And it gives me a great deal of pleasure at this time to introduce our current illustrious mayor. She is a 4th-generation Petaluman. She is certainly tonight the grande dame of Petaluma. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to present the august, the stately, the stunningly beautiful, the vivacious, effervescent, Her Honor, the Mayor of Petaluma, Pamela Torliette, ladies and gentlemen.
Wasn't sure who Ron was talking about there for a second. No. Well, welcome and thank you for attending the event this evening. This event was envisioned to continue a tradition in Petaluma for celebrating special anniversaries. The last gala was held in 1976 for the bicentennial when Helen Putnam was mayor. I would like to introduce our current and past council members that are in attendance. Councilmember Teresa Barrett, Samantha Freitas, Mike Harris, Karen Now, and Janice Cater-Thompson. We also have a guest from the City of Rohnert Park, Councilmember Tim Smith. We thank you for your public service. We have received proclamations and well wishes for our celebration from Senator Barbara Boxer, Congresswoman Woolsey, State Senator Carol Migden, and Assembly Member Jared Huffman. I also wanted to say a special thank you to Supervisor Mike Kearns for making arrangements to donate the Veterans Building for the event this evening. So thank you to Supervisor Kearns. One has never seen the Vets Building look better. I also have some very, very special thank yous to 3 individuals: Jody Matei, Dana Roca, and Katie Kearns. These are the women that are the co-chairs for this event, and they definitely deserve special recognition for their donation to make this event a reality. So thank you to all of them. Please, a round of applause. What is of special note in that vein is Jody's grandfather was actually the mayor of the city of Petaluma, if you did not know that. So I know he would be very proud of her if he was able to be here. I would also like to thank Jan Mandrell and Jessica Van Gardner. These ladies have been working on not only the Mayor's Gala, but all of the events for our 150th celebration, particularly our community event, the Sesquicentennial, that will be at the Sonoma Marin Fairgrounds on July 4th. So we all hope that you come to that event and celebrate with us once again. So to all of those, we really appreciate what you do. And to the rest of the people that are present, and many others, we want to thank you for your sponsorships and volunteering to make this year a success. So everyone, let's have a round of applause because of the community. Our 150th celebration is to highlight our achievements. A successful community is grounded on 4 major pillars: government, education, healthcare, and faith. In all 4 areas, Petaluma has consistently maintained a high standard, delivering services to our residents provided by many different agencies, businesses, and nonprofits. As someone that is privileged to be a 4th-generation Petaluman, I can certainly attest to the fact Petaluma, no matter how large we grow, will always continue to be a small town. If residents of our city choose to get involved, they will find a very tight-knit, generous community that cares about all people. If a resident is in need, Petaluma has built an infrastructure over the last 150 years to provide a safety net and a helping hand to get them back on their feet. This is the very reason it is such an honor to be your mayor, because we are a caring community that is focused on human dignity. Excellence, according to the late Helen Putnam, was shown by someone who did his or her very best. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Petaluma has shown us her excellence. Again, thank you for your support and your generosity to the city of Petaluma, and happy birthday, Petaluma! Thank you.
As one of the founders of the Petaluma River Festival, which was a wonderful event that brought a lot of people and a lot of attention to the river and its importance to Petaluma. Remember that Petaluma was founded on the very fact that it was on the river. A little community developed around a store and a general store and so forth that was supplying San Francisco with goods and services. And the community grew up around that. And this was the head of railroad and also the head of navigation for years. What I like to point out to people is that in the late 1800s, we were the 3rd busiest river for tonnage in California. We are still the 3rd busiest river in tonnage in California. In fact, we are moving more tonnage on the Petaluma River today than we were in the 1880s. What we need to understand in our community and in any community, what is the history of your community? Grab onto that, understand that, move forward, don't get stuck in that, but understand where your roots came from, just like family, your community, and understanding its history and where it came from is very, very important in moving forward.
Well, my name's Fred Groverman, and I'm a veterinarian with an office in Cotati. And my father came here in 1908 with my grandfather, so we've been in Petaluma since then. And we live on the same ranch that he came to in 1911. And we've got 52 acres and run a few sheep, and have had sheep and chickens and cattle and pigs and horses and everything else on that ranch.
Petaluma has always been a real agricultural community, and agriculture is the thing that has driven Petaluma. We were the end of the rail line, we were the end of the stagecoach line, we were the end of the steamship. I mean, we were transportation headquarters, we were all things to all people at one time. We're not that anymore, but Petaluma still maintains sort of a hometown, still value our agricultural roots and things like that, which I think are very important, and that's something that's carried us through the last 150 years.
Chloe the cow was a construct of Gene back at that time in an ad agency called Lee Levenger. Together they hatched this idea of creating a cow to market milk. And Gene went to the board of the co-op at that time and virtually got laughed out of the room. The bunch of dairymen who constituted the co-op didn't want a cartoon caricature of a cow to market their milk. Well, he was fortunate enough to talk him into allowing Chloe to live on. And Chloe, as some of you hopefully may know her, fast forward 50 years from now, hopefully she's still around, has graced a lot of the billboards here in Sonoma County.
The greatest thing that we need to work on here in Petaluma right now, I believe, is the traffic situation. One of my daughters lives on the east side of town, and I go back and forth quite a bit, being a grandpa and all that, and it's kind of hard to get across town, and I think traffic is one of our major problems right now.